B. F. Skinner by Adriana Asbell. Skinner is considered to be the father of operant conditioning. Operant conditioning is categorized as a learning process through which the strength of a behavior is modified by reinforcement or punishment. His effect was based on Thorndike's law of effect. According to this principle, behavior that is followed by pleasant consequences is likely to be repeated, and behavior followed by unpleasant consequences is less likely to be repeated. There are three main terms when it comes to operant conditioning. Neutral operants do not affect the probability of a behavior being repeated, whereas reinforcers increase the probability and punishers decrease the probability of a behavior being repeated. Skinner introduced the new term of reinforcement into operant conditioning. Behavior which is reinforced tends to be repeated or strengthened. Behavior which is not reinforced tends to die out or be extinguished or weakened. In this diagram, we see a Skinner box. The Skinner box was used to test operant conditioning theories. Placed inside the box was a rat, and there was a lever inside the box which, when pressed, would drop a food pellet into the cup for the rat to eat. Over time, the rat would learn that when he was hungry, he could press the lever to receive food. He was rewarded with a food pellet every time he pressed the lever. Over time, the rat began to press the lever more and more until the food cup was full and could not receive any more food. Along with Skinner's theory of reinforcement, he also introduced this theory of scheduled reinforcement. For example, how long would it take for an employee to stop coming into work if his employer stopped paying him? How long would it take for the rat inside the Skinner box to stop pressing the lever if he stopped receiving a food pellet every time he did so? There are many different ways to reinforce behavior. A common In operant conditioning, there are two ways in which you can reinforce behavior: negative reinforcement or positive reinforcement. Negative reinforcement is the removal or avoidance of negative outcomes, whereas positive reinforcement would be the addition of a reward, which would likely increase the repetition of the behavior.